Hello everyone, welcome to my videos. Myself Ashwin Nayak. From today, let we start in the second semester part. The chapter name is Bhakti Panth. The chapter name is Bhakti Panth. So in our previous class, we have to study there some important saints in India's. For example, Ramanand, Chaitanya, Guru Nanak, Mirabai, and then Kabirnath. So these are all informations we have to study in the Bhakti Panth in the Indians. And then next in this today's class, we have to study in the Karnataka some important ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಪಂತ್. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣಂತೆ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಓಕೆ, so the bhakti in the traditions of Indian spiritual thought to various path of attaining the moksha has been to the advocated. So as this result, the Jnana Marga, Bhakti Marga, and then Karma Marga, Yagna Marga have been considered as the importance to the paths. So Bhakti means it is the pure faith in the God and surrendered oneself to the God and the pure faith in the God. So the advocated the Bhakti Marga as the path of attaining to the moksha. And then Bhakti Panth to preach the people of the sessions of the society due to is to the prove people as to the stance. The saints who the emerging call to the period in this expressed their bhakti in their the native language and reached the people for this to the successfully. So among them to the some of the saints in this North Indians. So Ramanand, Kabiranand, Guru Nanak, Mirabai, and Ravidas, Surdas, some other the importance North Indian saints we have to study it in the previous class. Okay, and then so after that, okay, let me start the one by one. Said that first one, the Ramanand. We have to know that. So Ramanand also one of the most important saints in the period of Bhakti movement. Okay, Ramanand, he was the follower of Ramanuja's philosophy. He established the Vaishnava religious. Vaishnava religious. He established the Vaishnava religious school based on the love and devotions. And then he traveled to the several places in the North India and popularized the worship of the Rama and then Sita. And he is also condemned to the caste system and allowed the people from every caste to join this to the sects. And then he preached in the Hindi language also. And then Kabirana. So the Kabirana, he was the student of Ramanand. He began to preach to the new philosophy in the Varanasi. He condemned the caste system and multi-ideal worship and declared that the God is one and he is the same for the both Hinduism and then Muslim. And Kabiranand, he preached the greatness of humorous that goes beyond to the caste and the religious to the boundaries. So the Kabir was the main religious and social reformers of the India. And then next we have to study the Chaitanya. So Chaitanya's he preached that the difference of caste can be removed by the discipline and the man became pure through the devotions. He is also popularized the worship of the Sri Krishna. He opposed to the caste system and attempted to bring about a sense of this brotherhood among the people. And then he has to write down that the philosophical thoughts and teaching are called collected in the books called that is the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this is the informations of Chaitanya. And then next, the Guru Nanak. So Guru Nanak, he was born under Talwandi at that present in Pakistan now. He established a religious center in Kartapura on the river banks of Ravi banks. He preached that God is one and okay, he preached that the God is one and opposed the ideal worships. He embraced good deeds for this moral life. He had followers from these Hindus as well as to the Muslim communities also. He preached or completed the Guru Grantha Sahib. It is called as the Adi Grantha by to the Sikh. So Guru Grantha, it is one of the holy books of Sikhs. It is called for the Adi Grantha by the Sikhs, Sikh religion. It is kept in the Gurudwar and the worshipped by them in his period. And then next to study now the Mirabai. So Mirabai, she was the princess of Mewar. She surrendered a life of luxury and became the most devoted follower of the Lord Krishna. She composed the songs from devotions towards the Krishna. There is called to the bhajana. These bhajanas were very popular even today in this Rajasthan and this Gujarat states. Okay, next. So these are all informations we have to study in our previous class. But still today, to discuss about that, the another one of the, especially in this Karnataka, the famous science that is the Shishnala Sharif. So Shishnala Sharif, he was born Shishnala place. It is the present of Shigavi Taluk of Gadag district. In his parents, Iman and then Hujman. So in his earlier day, in his name, Muhammad Sharif. So Sharif it is to the Parsi word. So it means a man who has ideals goals are the man of the work to respect it all. So Sharif was influenced by the Islam, Veerashaiva, and the Vedic philosophy from this young age. He opened a school for these children of Shishnala to provide the educations to them. His education to provide the holistic version of the life for this student. So Sharif, Shishnala Sharif, was always interested to move from around the people to participated in all the fairies, drama shows, and the versions of religious festival that were arranged to the around the Shishanad. He became the harbingers of the Riyavat literature. It is the part of Mohram celebration. So this is the information about that the Santa Shishunala Sharif. And the next one of the Karnataka, the most popular, the Sufis was most popular saints in this Bhakti Panth. So that is the Purandaradas. So Purandaradasa, he was born to wealthy family of Purandaragada. So Purandaragada, it is the present of Maharashtra state. In his parents, Varadappa Nayaka and then Lakshmi Devi were his parents. In his first name, Sinappa Nayaka. So in his family, a gold trader by that, there is the professions of Purandaradas families. So Purandaradas was praised by this the Vaishnava as a dasa among the dasas. He contributed to the immensity to the traditions of Bhakti poetry in his Vaishnava influenced the Bhakti poem. He is called as the founding father of Carnatic music. So the Purandaradas, he was the founder of founding to the father of Karnataka, the music also. I already told that in his first name Shivapanayaka, a trade by profession to Shivapanayaka was known as to the business, the acumen. And in Purandaradasa, he has to preach the Madhva philosophy in his kirtanas and travel to the many other places to visit it of there the Tirupati, Srirangapatana, Arunagiri, Udupi, Kanchi, Kanak, Kanakachala, Kashi, Kumbhakona, Kudalipura, Hastigiri, Kalahasti, Srishaila, Gatikachala, Gadag, Harihara, Beluru, Munnar, Melukote, Hampi, Harihara, and the versions of these scare places to spread the message to the bhakti to the common people for the society. So after that, the Purandaradasa, after Purandaradasa, to express to the importance of these devotions as per to the Vaishnava sects. He criticized the caste and greed based on the discrimination and he rejected the faults of bhakti and insisted on the inner reflections. He declared the without inner purity to external purity is of no use. You just identify that the Purandara Dasas he has to declare the without inner purity and then to external purity is of no use. ಒಳಗಿನ ಭಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ವಿನಃ ಹೊರಗಿನ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್. ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಭಾಳ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಹಣೆ ವಿಭೂತಿ ಕೈಗೆ ರುದ್ರಾಕ್ಷಿ ಮಣಿ ಸರಿ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿನೇ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಂತರಾಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಆಲೋಚನೆಗಳಿದ್ದು ಹೊರಗೆ ತೋರ್ಪಡಿಕೆಯಂಥ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ವೇಷವನ್ನು ಧರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸರಿಯಾದ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮಾರ್ಗ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಪುರಂದರದಾಸರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So he said that, so what is the use of cleaning to external faith without the cleaning in the internal faith? And he also to said without the faith is more dipping of these rivers to the no a use ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. And then the one of his states to allow his emerging victories, the human birth is great, the never spoil it, oh fools. ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜೀವನ ದೊಡ್ಡದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡ್ರು ಹುಚ್ಚಪ್ಪಗಳಿರ. ಇಟ್ ನೆವರ್ ಸ್ಪಾಯ್ಲ್ ಇಟ್, ಹೋ ಫೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಪುರಂದರದಾಸರು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ಹೀಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರಬಲ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ had became to the Upanishads of Purandaradas, and he earned the fame. ದಾಸ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪುರಂದರ ದಾಸ, ದಾಸರು ಅಂದರೆ ಪುರಂದರ ದಾಸರೇ ಅನ್ನೋ ರೇಂಜಿಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ರು, he has to spread that the Bhakti Panth movement in the some others, the Kirtanas. And the next one of the most popular Bhakti Panth saint, so that is the Kanakadas. We have to know this Kanakadas. So Kanakadas, he was his parents was Birappa and then Bachama were the Sri Vaishnavas by the faith. In his earlier name, it is to the Timmappa. And then Kanakadas, he was built a temple of Adi Keshava in the Kaginele from to the treasure. Look at that. So this temple, it is to be in the Kaginele, the Adi Keshava temple. So Kanakadas, he has to the local chief of Bada and then Bankapura, and as well as the way were in the war techniques. So Kanakadas the put efforts to remove discrimination to base it on the caste and greed as that bhakti sign. He criticized to the more shows of this bhakti, and then he has to preach to that people the good attains to the moksha through the bhakti. He broke beliefs to the propagated by this the priest classes, that is to the order to attain moksha the one has to be born in higher caste through that the kirtanas. And then though Kanakadasa was a poet also, as a created that literature along with this the meaningful to the kirtanas. So Kanakadasas, he has to write down or created some other the works or kirtanas is, and that first one Mohana Tarangini, Nala Charitre, Ramadana Charitre, Haribhakta Sara. So these are all were the most important kirtanas of Kanakadasas. So this is the informations of Kanakadasa. So we have to know that the one instant story of Ramadanya Charita. So Ragi and then ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಇವೆರಡರ ನಡುವೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ನಡೀತದೆ, ನಾನು ಮೇಲು ತಾನು ಮೇಲು ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ರಾಗಿಯನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಅಕ್ಕಿಯನ್ನು ಸಮ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ವರೆಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಈ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಡಿಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿಡನ್ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್, ಸೊ ಈ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮುಗ್ಲು ಹಿಡಿಯುತ್ತೆ, ಹುಳ ಹಿಡಿಯುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ದ ರಾಗಿ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ರಾಗಿ ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ತಿಂಗಳುಗಳಿಟ್ಟರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪನೂ ಕೂಡ ಹಾಳಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ರಾಗಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕನಕದಾಸರು ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ನಾವು ರಾಮಧಾನ್ಯ ಚರಿತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಕನಕದಾಸಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕೀರ್ತನಸ್ ದ ಮೋಹನ ತರಂಗಿಣಿ, ನಳಚರಿತೆ, ರಾಮದಾನ ಚರಿತೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಹರಿಭಕ್ತ ಸಾರ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ರೈಟ್ ಸಮ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕನಕದಾಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವರ್ ದ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. So after that Bhakti movement, the Hindus practices and the bring about the harmony between the Hinduism and then Muslims were to the main purpose to that Bhakti movement. So Hindu religion and Bhakti movement ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ರು, ಹಿಂದೂ and Muslim Bhakti movement ಅಲ್ಲಿ he has to give into the lot of this import and then follow up of them. He reforms were to successful removing by the many weakness in the Hindu society. ಹಿಂದೂ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಲಿ ತುಂಬ ವೀಕ್ನೆಸ್, ಮೇಲ್ವರ್ಗ ಕೆಳವರ್ಗ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಪಂಥ್ಗೆ ಈ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ದೆಮ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್. ಸೊ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್ of this India, it is to flourish to the sense of this, the reforms right in these languages also. So some other sense he has to using there to the ordinary at the present local languages. It is the flourish to the sense of this reformance, one who write of these languages. And then the unable to development of this the Indian culture, this movement, they facilitated the evaluations of Indian culture, and it also to the made India to be identified as the land of multiculture. So this is the information after the effect of this Bhakti movement. So overall, this chapter is finished. If any doubt, you contact me. Thank you for watching this video. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.